Hello all, welcome to FMA discussion. This is episode 65 and tonight we're featuring Master Norman and David Downs from Red Deer, Canada. If I'm correct in that, Alberta?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So how are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. I want to thank you both for coming on to do this. Master Norman was definitely requested, and people love to hear about KI. So I want to thank you both for doing this, and particularly you, Dave, for all the help and coordination. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So Master Norman, you got a good student there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there, there are several people losing their job, no? And they turn out to be selling their house because they could no longer pay the mortgage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why. And our government is trying to kill our oil industry in Canada.
Yeah, not good stuff. But we're gonna okay, so I'm gonna just kind of jump in. I mean, I looked at your background. You had obviously a lot of training before you met Tatang. I mean, I just looked at the list of the systems that you were training in before you met him and all that, and it was extensive and quite admirable to say. So obviously, when you met him, you had significant experience and all that. So
When I've been with several teachers in our hometown, and when I first met Tatang in Luneta, we sparred for a long time. I sparred with Tatang for a long time.
yeah, so that was the introduction. So just I guess so my first question is going to kind of surround all that. How and when did you meet him? Like, how did you hear about him and what year did you meet him?
I met him because in my hometown, my best friend Jerry Galliano told me that if you ever go to Manila, you go and study under Antonio Illustrisimo. And it so happened that Tatang Illustrisimo is the first cousin of my uncle, the husband of Risalina Illustrisimo and Gabriel Illustrisimo. They are cousins, no? Because when I was in Manila before, when I was in first year college, I stayed in the home of Gabriel Illustrisimo, his cousin. So I asked Tata, what is your relationship with Gabriel Illustrisimo? And then Tatang said, that's my first cousin.
Okay.
He said. So he asked me, do you have a place to stay here? So I told him, none. So he invited me to stay with him.
Oh, that was nice of him.
To stay in his house. So I stayed in his house for almost 10 years.
Oh my gosh, that had to be incredible.
I still stayed in his house. And I practiced with his son. And, after lunch, we would practice with his son, and every day we practice with his son, and he would correct us, no?
Okay.
And so I would give him a problem solving, and he would solve it for us. So that's the way I trained, and he had several grand nephews that would go to the house, about 5 or 4, that would want to learn from him. So he was not interested of teaching them at first. So I started teaching them, his nephews, grandnephews. So later on, when his grandnephews joined the tournament, they became grand champion. He was interested. He started to be interested with them. So he started teaching them after they became grand champions.
Okay.
So uh, some of them now have died, and there are few of them still alive now among his grandnephews.
Okay, we got some people right jumping in. I always just like to give acknowledgement watching. Maestro John, hey, thank you for jumping in. Audie, thank you for jumping in. Carson, if you're watching, please let us know where you're watching from, and hit the like button. And again, tell us who you are and where you're from. So when you mentioned his son, was that Sammy?
Samuel.
Okay.
It was Illustrisimo.
Okay.
So he just died a few years ago.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, sadly, I heard that. Unfortunately, yeah. So what year? Like, I understand. You knew the cousin and what have you, and then you got introduced to him, and then of course you're living with him, which is phenomenal. Under the perhaps one of the best known. And but do you recall the year of that?
What year did you meet?
Early '80s, I'm guessing.
86.
86. 86.
And
Okay.
then,
Okay.
yeah.
So, you're meeting him and all that, and I understand you guys are training. Since you had prior experience in different systems and all that,
Yeah.
what was your first impression of him and I guess his system?
Yeah, when I sparred with him, I like his system. That convinced me to study under him. Yeah.
So, can you share with the audience like what attracted you to him? What made you want to stay with him and train with him? Anything about his obvious ability, but what did you like about the system that made you want to continue?
Yeah, because he would defend any kind of attack with the same movement. With the same movement, he could defend all the different attacks. You don't have to think anymore.
Reaction. Yeah, reaction.
Think. You just move
Yeah.
with the same movement all the time.
Yeah, it's a consistent theme you hear about him. He just reacted, effortlessly. Something,
Like,
yeah.
like if you do the movement like the basic 1 and 4, 1 and 4, you could defend
Mm,
all kinds of attack with 1 and 4 only. You see, or you
yeah.
could do the rompida. You could all the attacks with rompida, or you could do with the decadina. You could do it
Decadina. Okay.
with the
Okay.
don't think, no? Because if you think, you lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. If you're thinking, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Lose. If you have plenty of techniques, you'll be confused which technique you're going to apply.
Yeah. Right. If you have like 100, different defensive movements or something, and yeah. Yeah. Right. Understood. Yeah. So, so I know you mentioned that you guys first started sparring around. I guess at what point did you see, like, was it immediately or maybe some weeks in, the essence of KI and all that? Was it very soon?
Yeah, his technique. He has a very good. He's good in trying to take advantage of your opening. No?
Opening, yeah, I hear that. Okay, okay.
He could
Wow.
see. Yeah, that's why when you move a big movement, he could easily counter you if you have a big movement. That's
Wide. Okay. Okay. Okay.
small, small
Mm.
only. Because
Yeah, small movements only. Otherwise, he would counter, right?
but if you move like a baseball player, he could counter you immediately. Do
Yeah.
not like a baseball player.
Yeah. 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 If you're whining back or something, right? I'm guessing he's hitting you already. Is what it sounds like.
He's hard, no? Like no, if you move like a baseball player, he could easily counter you.
Yeah. So when you
Don't
so
very
when you
wide.
yeah, if you were very wide, right, you would pay for it, right?
Yeah.
So did you? I mean, so it sounds like in the beginning you just started to see that um, his reactions must sounded like they were pretty incredible. You know what he could react to and all that, and how quickly, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did I got and again I want to get to some of the questions because they kind of one question kind of parallels right now what we're talking about, and it's from Guru Lance Velez, and his question is how you know you kind of touched on it just a little now, but aside from the initial sparring when you guys met, how did GM Illustrisimo train you? And the second part of the question, then, was it formal teaching?
Yeah, he would usually in the beginning he would teach you the 1 to 12, no? 1 to 12 strikes, and then from that he would teach you the disarming to the 1 to 12, and then he would do the uh, from that kind of disarming. He could he would go to uh, they call it fraction. He called it fraction, which he would attack you with no numbering anymore. There's no number. There's no sequence, no,
Okay.
without anymore. All without number. He may strike you with any number, no. You don't have to, so that you'll be capable of defending it from, against strikes from anywhere that comes. That's a fraction. No?
Okay.
You,
Okay.
or he would teach you broken rhythm,
Mm.
broken rhythm strike. No, yeah. He would if he is able to discover your rhythm, he would do the broken rhythm, so you cannot count. You could be hit with his broken rhythm.
Okay. Okay. And then, so was it? So then, Guru Lance's second part of the question was it any formal training or was it informal?
Uh, is well, the basic, but the other technique like sword and dagger or any kind of art, you have to observe him spar to see his advanced technique.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay. So it sounds like you observed him a lot, you know, just on the sidelines watching.
yeah, and sometimes you must be able to make a question. You must be able to question him the right question, no?
Mm,
Because if you don't know how to question, you will not learn. No? You have to be you question like you're a reporter.
Yeah, yeah. So was he was he a patient teacher?
At first, when he first teach you, you experience several hits in your head. No?
Yeah.
But as he grows older, he knows how to control anymore. He could do it slowly. You could tell, but in the beginning, if you asked him, please repeat it, Tom, please repeat it. It he will not repeat it because if you change the angle of your strike, it's a different technique he will apply to.
Yeah, I've read that and heard that too. Yeah,
But
yeah,
the angle of strike, no, so he could
yeah.
not. So you could see from his the video of Tupper. Tupper was asking Tatang, Tang, please repeat it. He will not repeat it the same. If you tell him to do this technique like Tang, please do the pluma like that or cadena real, he will not do it according to he because it depends upon your attack.
Okay.
Yeah, he will do different technique. He will not follow you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hence, I think that's why they, I think if I'm correct, somebody on here will, I'm sure will correct me, is that, why Master Tupper, I guess, got the, the camcorder or the VCR recorder back then. From what I understand, just so they can get some semblance of his movement and what he was doing, if what I was told and read and all that. So wow. So so this so how long, I mean, how long was your stay with him? I mean, before, I don't want to jump into Canada right away, but like how many years did you train with him?
Already, after his death, 1997, I went to Canada in 1999.
Oh, so you were up, okay, so you were there okay. So you didn't, okay, good, good, good. Okay, all right.
But when the one arranged his burial,
Yeah. Okay.
Tata arranged his burial.
Okay. I got another question too, is during this time of your training and all that, was there, did GM or Master Tony have partake in any of your guys' training, or did he have influence on you? It's another question from Guru Lance.
Oh, we were practicing. I was with the Granite Tata. Tony Diego would arrive and watch this, no? And we sometimes practice together with Tony also.
Okay, he
And
would jump in. Okay, okay. Well, that must have been nice. Okay, okay.
yeah, and when
Um,
Tony was teaching somebody, he would teach it sometimes in the house of Tatang while I was.
oh, okay, okay, okay. So, so then, just again, just for the viewers, and again, some of this you already touched on, what's and all that. What do you think made him, again, from your previous experience, your previous teachers, styles, what have you? What could you tell us that, in your best opinion and all that? What made him just different? His style. What made him, like, if you had to say in a few words, what made him stand out?
Yeah, his style is different from my previous teachers because my previous teachers, the style of my previous teachers, the difference between them were the disarming. The disarming of my previous teachers were different compared to his disarming. I'm wondering why. No?
Okay.
and his the disarming of my former teachers were like the disarming of modern artists or Lucy Paris, like that. But his disarming is different compared to modern artists or Lucy Paris. It's different.
And I was going to say there, for Dave, before we go further, Dave, I just want to get as a whole, not so much, you know, because I'm going to get into definitely your guys' relationship and what have you there, but just as a whole, Dave, you know, what's your, what do you think about the style of Illustrisimo?
Well, so far, I've actually really enjoyed it from the start. I think one of the main reasons is because I didn't come into this with any previous martial arts experience in pretty much any Filipino style. So I kind of came in as that kind of clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the way I just kind of fell into it, I like the
Clean
simplicity.
slate. Lucky you.
Like, you know, comparison's sake of saying how different from any previous art. So I just immediately just kind of fell right in with kind of the simplistic style and beauty of the art and just the ability to do things in a very simple and direct way, where I felt like I didn't really want to feel like I have to go over here and learn 100 different ways to do one thing or whatever, and just kind of it just fit into the style that I was naturally looking to do.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Well said. Well said. All right, I'm just going to just acknowledge some people we have on here, Maestro. We've got a bunch of people here that are happy to see and hear from you. Audie, hey buddy, how are you? Carson from is also Canada. Dean Larson is also from Canada. Thank you for jumping in, Dean. Guru Vico, hopes to meet you one day or meet you soon. And yes, London, Ontario for Dean Larson. Paul, hey Paul. Guru Raul. Guru Roger. And hey Brian. All right. Okay. All right. So just going on to got a question from Guru Vico. And his question is, did GM Illustrisimo have a favorite fighting range? If so, what was it?
Usually he's doing long range, no, in real sparring. But in demonstration, they do medium range. In demonstration, they do usually medium range with that Tony demonstration with Tony Diego. They do it medium range most of the time, no. But in real sparring, it's long range.
Long range, yeah, yeah. Huh. That's very okay. We're just getting some feedback because the person that they were lucky to get somebody to film this. So there's some that feedback. That's the reason, man. All right, and I also have a couple questions from Guru Raul in New York City. And we touched lately on this. Did GM Illustrisimo ever give you Oracion? Oracion?
Yeah, but I forgot the Oracion. But I was able to use it before.
Okay.
Since now I'm a born again Christian. And I don't use Oracion anymore.
Oh, so before that you did. Okay.
Thinking that these Latin words might, you don't know where it comes from, it came from. It might come from the devil or to the angels, you don't know. So to make sure, I just forget about them. I'm a newborn Christians now.
So that was a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Is there any, Dave? I'm just getting some bad feedback. I'm getting this echo from whatever I'm saying. I think it has something to do with maybe to the phone. I'm not sure. I don't think it's on my end. It's never happened before.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, nor am I. Might just have to run with it. Okay. Okay, I have another question from Google Raul. Was there your training anything esoteric, like anything special training, symbolic?
Yeah, because Tatang is always telling us, always telling me that he said some of his techniques came from his dreams. His techniques came from his dream. And when he was in his dream, somebody taught him in his dream that what he used to tell me. That's why his technique is different. Yeah.
Okay. Got another question from Guru Raul. And his question is, how is your KI any different from other KI groups?
Groups of Kali Illustrisimo, some, they are more on tapi-tapi. No? Do you know tapi-tapi?
I heard of it. I thought it was a minor niece.
Yeah, they are more on tapi-tapi. And some are more on long range fighting. No? And each one has his own 40. Some their 40 is tapi-tapi, some their 40 is long range fighting. And some of our members, they are good in medium range, no? So each one has its own 40. We could not, and in that different mastery of different ranges, it's important also because it depends upon the situation. It's situational. No? You could be in advantage if you're good in close range. You could be in an advantage also if you're in a long range. There's also an advantage in learning the medium range. No? Each one has its own advantage.
Okay. Okay. No. All right. So we already covered how long you trained them. Again, what you moved to Canada in 1999. Did you come over with the intent to teach KI, or did it just kind of happen?
Pardon me?
Did you come here to teach
Yeah,
illustration?
because my employer went to Philippines to look for an instructor.
Okay.
So when the employer asked Tatang, who among your students you want me to bring to Canada? So my teacher pointed at me, you bring Norman, Canada. So, and then my employer asked two of the senior instructors in our group if how am I, if I could be capable, to teach, So they gave a positive answer. So that's why I was my employer work out for my visa here in Canada. So I was able to come here in Canada on December 25, 1999. And we started teaching in the year 2000 because we were fixing the gym. we were fixing. I was helping in fixing our gym. We really started in the year 2000.
And you've been teaching ever since then. No. Okay. So, when you so in 2000 you started teaching, did you pretty much teach it the way it was handed to you, or did you modify anything, or come up with your own methodology?
Yeah, since the teachings of Tatang was still fresh in my mind, so I formed, because Tatang did not have a lesson plan. I made a lesson plan based on his teachings to me. I organized it properly, uh, from simple one to the difficult one. That's how I made the lesson plan. From that simple movement to the difficult movement.
Okay.
But actually, the simple movement is more effective than the difficult one.
Okay, so you have it sounds like you got levels. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hold on, I
You
gotta.
learn easily.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's divided into 9 different levels in this one.
Okay, 9. Wow. Okay, so you got obviously some organization. Sounds like fantastic for the students.
Yeah.
Uh,
In my single stick, I teach in 4 levels. No? Single stick. And at my 5th level, it's double stick. And my 6 levels, I was teaching sword and dagger. And then, and so on, I teach knife fighting. I teach longsword. And I teach empty hand. Those are my teaching.
I just hey Dave, Nico's is asking me if my voice is coming out of the speaker from their end, from your end.
Yeah, I can hear you on my end.
Okay, because there's got to be something.
Can you
Huh?
not hear me very well?
Actually, it might have stopped. It did stop. Okay, we're good. I don't know what happened, but
Our cameraman
we'll leave it.
bring.
It was definitely a frequency thing. Yeah, it was something, but it looks like it went away because it wasn't doing it in the beginning and it stopped. So great.
All right.
Fantastic. Group Pico, thank you. I'm not sure what you did, but it stopped. All right. So you got 9 levels. So obviously it seems like you got a very organized structure for your students. I'm sure that's extremely helpful for them. And all that, and you're covering everything from single weapon to double, short and long, knife, empty hand, and long sword. Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Okay. So Dave, let's turn to you since you've experienced these levels. How do you find them? You find them extremely helpful as far as your growth going up through the levels and what have you?
Very much so. I mean, I like the way it's set up where it's, the first level is basically just learning all the different retiradas and disarms on there. And then the second one just adds one extra step. And then from each one, everything is kind of set up just to kind of go step by step. And I've always been kind of a step-by-step learner. So it kind of works out for me in that regard.
Oh, good. And just for the folks here listening, you've been with him 5 years, am I correct?
Yes, I started in June of 2015. Actually, when I first started, he was on a trip to the Philippines, and I started learning with Guru Sunny, who was the owner of the gym before us. And then when he came back, I resumed lessons with Norman, and I've been with him since.
Wow. So just for folks, what level are you currently working in?
Well, I went through all of them in different regards. I wouldn't say I've completed each, but I've kind of just went through each one individually. So we'll kind of, when I first started, I just mainly worked on the first level and the second level. And then the start of the next year, we usually did monthly seminars, which focused on a different level. So I decided to get a kind of a complete overview of the entire system. I just do all the seminars. And from there on, we kind of just go. One day we'll do level 1, then level 4, and then level 5 and 6. So
Okay. No,
Yeah,
actually, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Maestro.
the way we perform a seminar, we focus on one weapon, like single stick.
Mm.
And then, for example, in single stick, we may focus on level 1, level 2, 3, 4, 4. And then we would focus also on double stick alone, all double stick in one seminar. And then another seminar, we would focus on sword and dagger alone. Just that, no? We focus. And then sometimes we do seminar with knife, single knife alone, no? And we do a seminar also with long sword alone, all long swords in the whole seminar. That's the way we do it. Unlike other seminars where they combine all in one seminar, we don't do that.
I like that. I just like described, like you go to one workshop and you're just getting one thing.
yeah.
They're just focusing on one thing. Like that like works for me. Like I could just remember, just to give an example, and it's probably not the best one, but going to the JKD seminars in the 90s, and it just was insanity for me. Probably not for others. It could have just been me, but they'd show you something, and like you're writing notes or trying to, and like, you know, they're on to the next thing, and it just, and then, but I'm not talking about like within the same module or same art for that matter. It just was really, really like difficult for me. So I would love that setup. You go there, you're getting like one specialty aspect of the system and all that. I think that's fantastic. Wow.
I start and learn every level on its own, right? Kind of like learning the first level, because I think the foundation is the most important to everything. So you can build upon that later, but if you don't have that foundation from the start, then you just collapse. So
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Sounds like me at those seminars. Oh boy. All right, we got another question from Guru Rahul. Do you teach the present sequences of Sombrada, a la Sombrada?
Sombrada is an overhead block. No?
Yeah, I guess
It is
the
an
preset sequences.
Oh, that's that sombrada is the Dan Santo sombrada is of different moves, no? But sombrada, we apply sombrada as a single technique, no? Not as different moves, no? Only one move, no? Like the block and strike. That sombrada, it's you do the overhead block, but when you do the sombrada, you go out of the way because according to history, when the Philippine military went to fight the Muslims in the south, they were using the rifle, no? And when they blocked the strike of the Muslim with a sword, they would block like this. So they didn't expect that the rifle, the sword of the Muslim could cut through the rifle, and they're still dead, no? When they block like this.
So they were just taking it, think it's a rifle, head pretty sturdy, just yeah.
So
Okay.
that's why when we do the sombrada, we go out of the way.
do this?
Yeah, we go out of the way, you know. Right there, no? Way, because when the strike is strong, it will just slide to the side. No? It will just slide to the side. It will not cut through your weapon because the sword of the Muslims are very, very sharp. You see?
Yeah, those Moros, they were trouble, huh?
Yeah, it's a Muslim sword is very sharp.
Yeah, those morals. Okay, another question from Guru. Do you have ranks in your school?
Do you have a ranking system?
Yeah, we have a ranking system, but I made it. I simplified it. I just
That sounds
simplified it.
good.
I came from Philippines. I have several ranking system in Tagalog, but I don't use Tagalog here. I just use English, so student will understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had several ranking system in Tagalog, but I don't use it anymore.
So what do you? So, for instance, is it be kind of beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then instructor? Is it something along those lines?
Yeah, like beginners, intermediate, or then advanced, and then assistant instructor.
Oh, then assistant and then instructor. Okay, okay, okay,
Instructor and instructor,
okay, okay.
like that. I use English in, although I had at first I used Tagalog.
Okay, and then okay, and then
Yeah,
just so the students can understand, you changed it.
we do not use belt.
No, no belts. Right. Okay, okay.
Huh?
And then just another question. Um, how long generally speaking, you know what I mean, the student being consistent, coming a couple times a week, in a very general sense, how long does it take a student to get certified as an instructor in your school?
Yeah, it depends upon the student.
Yeah, it's a tough one to answer. Yeah,
The students.
yeah.
Even though the student have completed all the lessons, if he could not apply it successfully in real test,
Yeah, right.
it's still nothing. No,
Yeah, right. If you can't,
it's not.
yeah, if you can't do it against resistance, somebody, a sparring opponent. Yeah, understood. Yeah.
It's like graduating from college, but you cannot apply what you've learned
Yeah,
from college.
I think that's, I think that's happening today, though.
Especially if after graduation you don't work,
You
you
know,
don't.
I know. I think we got a pretty big case of that. Especially in the States, we do anyhow.
Yeah, there are even people that become successful without finishing their college. No?
You have that too? Yeah. Right. They didn't, right, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm an example of that. I didn't finish. I had 12 credits left. So 4 classes. And I should have, could have, would have, but didn't. But things turned out okay, but yeah, so I'm an example of that went and didn't finish.
yeah. There are even some billionaires now that they have not finished their schooling, like our boxer. Do you know Pacquiao, our boxer,
Oh
Filipino?
yeah, of course. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Pacquiao did not go to school, no?
Mm.
Just when he was discovered by his promoter, he was just sleeping in the sidewalk.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
He was
Okay.
just very poor, no? He was
Yeah.
just sleeping in the sidewalk, and then he was trained to box, and then he became champion. No?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
not
And different divisions.
you cannot predict the outcome of student. He may
No.
be poor in school. He may be poor in school, but he's successful in real life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, that is so true. You know. Um, so so it sounds like you definitely, you took what he gave to you, GM Illustrisimo, and basically you teach to what he gave to you, but you just put it in different levels, gave it some organization, some structure. But it sounds like you're not deviating from what he gave you. So it sounds like it's some great stuff going on there.
And I add personal experience.
Hmm.
My personal experience when I was working in nightclubs, no?
Okay.
And sometimes as a bouncer. So I've seen several fights in nightclubs and how to deal
Yeah.
with customers, no?
Yeah, not a fun job, huh, bouncing?
Yeah. So I taught my students about my experience,
Mm.
how to deal with customers, not to argue with customers. Never argue with customers.
Sounds like good advice.
Yeah.
Especially if you're bouncing. um, all right, I'm just gonna see where we are. I mean, this has been fantastic, by the way. I want to thank you so much. So Dave, and just as far as you, like, what can you tell us about your teacher? I mean, he just seems like you got a great teacher there, great guy. Seems very humble, very down to earth. What else can you tell us about him?
Oh, I mean, in what regard?
Anything like his teaching style, how he interacts with his students. He just seems like a guy I would want to take lessons from. I can just from you know.
Classes are usually pretty good. It's a pretty relaxed environment. It's kind of at first, let's say at first it could be a little stressful for me personally, not because of the teaching style, just because of my learning style. I've always been a relatively slow learner compared to others. It kind of needs everything breaking down in a very specific way.
Mhm.
So at times teaching learning that way was kind of difficult, but I think at one point I just kind of stuck with it till you kind of get that, oh, that makes sense moment. And once you get that makes sense moment and everything just kind of falls in place and you see how everything works. And I think it just kind of worked out better and suited me more. And I find that the teaching style is very simple, direct. Usually it's often days just the two of us here just going over something at our own pace, and some
Okay.
days.
I mean, obviously, he seems like a very patient type, right?
Very much so.
Yeah. I mean, I could kind of tell that from here. So that's obviously good. And we have, all right, another question. Maestro, do you teach KI techniques that aren't seen yet from books, magazines, and the internet?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So, sounds like you're keeping those under the lid
Yeah.
as
Techniques.
as well as you should.
Yeah, because I don't want to. It's better to have a technique that is not popular.
Yeah, no, I think yeah.
So if you use the same technique as they do, you lose uh, your you lose what do you go? You cannot surprise your enemy anymore.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. Yeah, no, understood. Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, I think that's neat that you yeah, I'm just gonna all right, so we got I got a few more questions, but I thought you guys got some demos for us. Uh, So I'm eager to see them. So and again, show as many as you want. People love demos, especially me. So and KI. So whatever you want to show, Maestro, um, please do. Whatever you're. So I put a couple requests in there. Dave was saying you were to show some knife stuff. But whatever it is, I'm sure we'll enjoy it. So if you guys are ready, we're ready.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Do you want to start with?
Okay.
best part.
I'll start with knife.
Okay. So, like,
5 hours.
like a situation like holding like this, holding, no?
Oh, so mutual grab. Okay, okay.
So, all you have to do this is very simple. There.
So you're crossing his arm over. Okay, okay.
You just turn it and put it the other and
And then,
thrust. And then the other one,
Back at his head.
the
oh,
other
here we
one,
go. Thank you.
one is just do like this.
Oh, yeah, I like the elbow roll. Yeah.
There. So when it comes, if you will hold your both hand, both wrist, you could just do arm bar here. You could do arm bar here,
In this direction.
Oh, okay, okay.
do arm bar, and then you could cut his wrist. Could cut his wrist, or you could turn this.
Mm.
You could turn, or you could push him there. Trust. No? There are several ways of doing it. So with the knife holding wrist, cut. So you could slash his thumb and do the return to center,
Oh, okay, okay.
or you could slash his thigh like that. Several ways, no, of doing it, no, or there are several ways, no. That's why in some farming, like our we'll do the yeah, yeah, no,
Mm.
yeah, 3, 4, yeah, no, again, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
Awesome.
So there are different ways, no, or
Mm.
like yeah, straight, no. So you do like that, you pull, or you just do like this, yeah, no.
Oh, off the thrust. Okay. Okay.
Several ways, no? Or so like this, it's like the basic of Illustrisimo is one, number two, this one, this one. This is the basic of Illustrisimo block. 2, 3, 4, there.
Excellent.
So with disarming, there are several ways of disarming. Like if you happen to hold this like that, you could do like that. You could also do like this. like that. Yeah, no. You could also do like this. Yeah. Several ways. Yeah, so there are several ways of if you, yeah, no. Hmm. Hmm. So I will show him now.
Whatever you want me to do.
Okay. Now, you trust. Yeah, you go here, and then you may go here, or there. Several ways. Hmm? You could break this rest like this. This pressure is here.
It's number 5.
Yeah. So what else do you like to see?
I just somebody who apparently your husband sees you says ask about the Susi Ritaradas 1 through 12.
Susie. Yeah, we seldom practice this. No?
Okay.
And those slow mo. Yeah, there, no? Yeah. Yeah. Or we do the tumbata kabayuan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah.
Maestro, was that Tumbada?
Tumbada kabayuhan.
Okay.
And this Friday. Oh, 4 or 5.
Yeah, it is hard. I'm sorry, Dave. Can you guys just go more in the center? I'm sorry. Some of the viewers are okay. Yeah, thank you.
Oops, no. And then close quarter. close part. Or that is media private.
Yeah, one more time.
Excellent. Thank you. So that was so the Maestro, the first set you did was File, and then the last media.
Yeah, media private. Media with your medium, no, you're stopping it. The media private is you're stopping. You're stopping. Like that. You're stopping. Like that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maestro, when you were doing the knife on the first 4 angles, were those were cruzadas?
Cruzadas?
When you were doing the knife?
Nice. Okay.
No. I just want to know when you guys did it, if those were it.
What were the knife techniques that you were using in your meeting? What was the?
Yeah, you may call it cruzada or gunting, no?
Grouping, yeah.
Because this is gunting also.
Mm.
And the two, gunting, verti, or this is cruzada also, and or gunting.
Okay. No, thank you.
And with the sword and dagger,
All right.
so if you stick on with the stick, when you strike one, this is disarming already. On number 2, this is disarming already because you're cutting his wrist.
Mm.
Number 3, this is also disarming because you're hitting his arm. Number 4, you're cutting his wrist here. So, if you have the knife, yeah. So, like that, no? Yeah. 2. That, no?
Excellent.
Yeah. So, the principle of our sword and dagger is that you disarm his long weapon first, like this, for number 1 only. So, you disarm. You disarm already, no? So that's the time. Yeah.
Mm.
Like that, no? Number 2.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
That was fantastic. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to see?
I mean, that's up to you guys. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say no, but I mean, that was great. Yeah. If there's anything else you want to show, I mean, sure.
I think even though we have still enough to show, but I think that's enough.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries. No, that was fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're taking a break. We got more requests, but anyhow. So no, thank you. Those are fantastic. I really appreciate you guys doing that. You guys covered knife, you covered single, then short and long, and all that. Thank you so much. Those were excellent. We're getting some other requests, but you guys, you guys are done. I think you showed it. So I know we're in this current mess and all that, but Maestro, what are your what's your future goals as far as KI and what your organization and all that? I mean, what's the goals?
Oh, the goal is to not only to teach the art or the movement or the technique or what, but the most important things to teach is the how to conduct yourself when you are in public, no?
Amen. Yeah.
How you to conduct yourself, no? Like if you're in a nightclub, control your temper in a nightclub because you don't know how many you are your enemy, no? Only one will approach you and you got angry with him. Control your temper.
Yeah. No, especially today, there's just some crazy stuff going on out there.
Because you don't know your enemy has several companions.
Mm.
Yeah. So what I did before when I was in the nightclub, whenever one of them, there are customers in a long table, one of them is making trouble. What I did was to approach their leader. Approach their leader and whisper to their leader that, please bring your companions home because he's just inviting trouble here in the nightclub.
Mm.
So that's the way I stop trouble in nightclub.
No, it sounds like great advice, and you obviously want least restrictive to most. No, sounds
And
like
experience of being aimed guns at me several times in nightclubs, and I was able to calm them down, no? Because I once there was a group, a long table of people. They're all with guns, no? And then they requested a song my way, and my singer did not tell me what is their request. So we just my singer just said it's closing time. So the customers reacted and asked, where is our request? So I told them, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to play your request. That's all. They aim a gun to me, no? They 45 caliber and 38 revolver. But I just said, I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to push your request. And that's all. It calmed them down.
yeah,
And
right. Why?
there was a case or so where one customer was wrestling for a gun with our DJ in the club. So it so happened that I was there. So I was the one who disarmed the gun from them. I disarmed the gun and put it in my waist here. So occasions where I was encountered with the gun, but I if I see that I don't have the opportunity, I just say sorry, you know. That's all.
Mm.
And be humble, you know?
Yeah, be humble. Yeah, you know what? Absolutely. You
Yeah,
know, exercise humility.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that was well said. I totally 100% agree. You know, just
Yeah.
right. Conduct yourself.
Up
Yeah.
yourself and respect people.
Mm.
Respect people.
Amen. Humility and respect. Absolutely, they go a long way. You know. Yeah. How about you, Dave? What are your goals within KI?
Oh, I'm just hoping that I can just continue learning and try and get as much learned out of it as possible as long as I can. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Sounds like you're in good hands there.
Yeah, yeah. It's lucky
Yeah.
that master that came to Canada to teach here.
Yeah, I know. I tell you, when this mess ends, matter of fact, before I tell you, this has just been a nightmare, this COVID thing. Um, but before we got it in March, I was actually looking into getting a passport, because mine's significantly outdated. So the goal was I wanted to get one because one of my goals is to get up to Canada. You know, your guys group there, Master Tom, and some of those folks over the way and all that. And but then yeah, COVID came. So,
Yeah, that stopped a lot of people's plans.
yeah, so everything's kind of unfortunately been put on hold, and who knows till when? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whoever thought we'd be going on past 6 months, you know? So, but anyway, um, last question, Maestro. As far as the FMA community, and this can, of course, include the KI community as well, but in reference to the FMA community, what changes would you like to see? Like, what improvements as a whole to better our community would you like to see?
Oh, we cooperate with each other. We have an association here among other martial artists, like different styles of Kali, you know, teachers. We are holding a gathering, you know, some once a year, uh, styles from all styles, almost all styles, and we teach in one place.
Yes, I believe this is
Oh,
the
that's
group that I showed yesterday with the Filipino Warrior Arts Society.
no, the picture you sent me, correct?
Uh, I believe, I don't know if I sent you, it was a group I sent you called the Philippine Warrior Arts Society. It was a group started by some friends and still running there. I know that Guru Ali Salvador and Guru Harold Kasana were both a part of that. I think there was a couple others that were a part of that, but and that's still something that we did once a year, whereas every style and every teacher basically got together to demonstrate their arts, and everybody got together to learn from each other and kind of throw apart the kind of and able just to kind of teach each other's arts and be able to enjoy the diversity within the arts and the whole. So
That sounds wonderful. Yeah, that I think we absolutely definitely could use more of that. I mean,
yeah,
obviously now with the times it's difficult, but no, that sounds really neat. You get everybody together and everybody gets exposure to different styles and what have you, meet new people and
last training day, everybody learns and eats together, and it's just like a big family event.
oh, that's fantastic. And where is this held?
It's there's
Edmonton.
yeah, Edmonton, and there's been one in Calgary. There's been talks about
Mm,
doing one in Red Deer, so it's mainly around Alberta, but it's mainly been out of Edmonton. But they have hosted some gatherings in Calgary.
okay, okay. No, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, we don't. I mean, we have a couple things. I think down here, more on a smaller scale, though. If I'm correct, you know. But what you guys are describing there sounds really neat. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, if you get a chance to come down, you should check it out one year.
No, I'm telling you, when this mess ends, you know, I actually I'll probably start the process anyhow, get a jump on it. My passport. When this kicked in and when it went from 2 weeks to like months, I just got so discouraged. I just, but I should be taking this time actually to get the ball rolling on my passport. Really, that would be the smart thing I have to do. So. But yeah, definitely, because I mean, when I was checking into it, the flights were pretty reasonable. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. And you guys are how many? I think you mentioned it. You're 10 or so hours from the other group there.
Yeah, driving, it's about 11 and a half hours to Vancouver.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely on the bucket list. Getting up there. Yeah, for sure. But wow, this has been absolutely wonderful. I want to thank you both. Maestro, thank you so much. Those were great demos. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, thank you. And Dave, thank you for everything, for coordinating and all that. I mean, just making this, happen and all that. That was very nice of you.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a journey to get here, but I'm glad to get to
Hey, you know what? I think it turned out for the best. With the landlord situation, I think things worked out for the best, huh?
Yeah.
So Maestro, you got a good student there. You can't let him go. Seems very helpful and everything.
Yeah, the one holding the camera is also my student.
Oh yeah. So you obviously got fantastic people there. They're obviously very fond of you for a good reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah. Oh no. We got a lasting comment here from Peter Lewis. Great to see you, Norman. Everybody's thanking you for the demos. Everybody thought they were wonderful. Thank you. Guru Raul wants, no one brought the karaoke.
So if we have time together, I could sing in karaoke to you.
I'm going to take you up on that because
because
it's something I've never ever done or tried. I hear it's fun. It's just something I've never done karaoke. I guess there's a first for everything, huh? So. But again, I want to thank you both so much. This has been absolutely wonderful. So what I do, guys, is I take this off here and I download it to YouTube, and I'll definitely, tag you guys and put it on your wall. If you don't allow things on your wall, then what I do is I'll send it Messenger, but you guys will get the YouTube, version.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's been nothing but wonderful comments on here. So people love seeing KI. So, but again, I want to thank you guys and have a great night. And I hope this mess ends and we all one day get to meet.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so
the
much. All right.
Yeah,
Take
some
care.
of your listeners is my student also.
Oh, yes, there's a wife on here that mentioned her husband, I guess, travels pretty far to come see you. So you get
This Carson McDonald is my student.
okay. Yep. Yep.
I introduced the Carson to Yuli Romo.
Yes. He's doing the Bahad Sabu. Yeah.
Because he likes to study more about PI, no?
Yeah, no, I think that's you get it from all different lenses. Sure. Yeah. No, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, I had Yuli on some weeks back, and I mean through online met Carson, and he mentioned the Bahad Sabu group. He's starting in Canada. I think so. I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. Wow. All right, all. Well, have a great night, and thank you again so much.
Yeah, and thank you for this opportunity, and see you soon.
Yeah. Oh my God, my pleasure. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. All right, guys. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Next show, I'm gonna, I think it might be Guru Elric, and what he's going to be doing is he's going to be covering debunk the myths, so to speak, information, historical information during the Spanish occupation. So if you guys recall, Guru Mambaki kind of covered the pre-Spanish occupation. Elric is going to pick up from Spanish occupation on. And so this should be like just some fascinating information, slideshows, what have you. I'm going to be confirming him with tomorrow. Just really, really good, solid information. You know, he's done a lot of research. You know, these guys have done their homework. So looking forward to that. But if you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe to FMA Discussion on YouTube. Thank you. And I'll see you guys either it'll be Tuesday or Thursday. Thank you.